Hi, I'm Kelsey with White Cottage Boutique, and I'm going to be teaching you how to take apart the upholstery on a seat cushion for a chair that we are refinishing. Basically, all we're doing is we're taking this top layer off, and we're going to save the duster on the back so we can reuse it, and then we're just going to discard this fabric, keep the foam and the board underneath. So what you're going to need for this is just a heavy set of pliers and a pick is what I use. This is a hook pick that I get from Walmart. It has a little curved hook on the top for about $2 for a pack of 4 different shapes. I just like the hook. I think it works really, really well for this. You can also use an actual staple remover that you can buy from an upholstery supply store. I actually prefer this method, so this is what I use. Basically what we're going to do is I'm going to take the pick and I'm going to put it right next to the staple and kind of angled down because I'm going to hit it in so that I can get underneath and pull it out. There we go. And you can see how I just kind of got it underneath there, and it lifted it up off of the board enough that I could take my pliers and pull it out. Now the tip I want to give you guys is that instead of pulling it out like this, you can actually roll back the pliers so that it doesn't end up hurting your wrist, because after a while that pulling it straight out like that is going to hurt your wrist, especially on the ones that are harder to get out. So what I do is I grab it and then I just pull back like that, and it comes out real easy and smooth instead of trying to pull it out with just my arm strength. I'm just going to remove a couple of these so you can see what's underneath this duster. You can see you kind of start getting going and it starts to go pretty fast. Okay, so underneath you're going to have just a board, and then you're going to have where the fabric's stapled in. So you're going to do the same thing with the fabric that you've been doing with the duster. I just want to show you. Normally I take off the whole duster and then work on the fabric, but I want to show you a few of these fabric pieces. Okay, so just get a few more out. Now I want to show you this. When you do get to a corner, you're going to see a lot of staples at the corner. So it's going to just expect to kind of have to work at it and play with it till you can get all of the staples out, because a lot of the times you're not even going to be able to see them all. You're going to have to start pulling the fabric until you can get to a view where you can see it. But I wanted to show you what's underneath here. So let me see if you can see this here a little better. So there's this foam padding. This one has 2 layers of foam. So it's got the board that it's attached with right here that actually provides the stability for the chair. Then you've got 1 layer of thick padding. Most chairs only have this one inside layer here. This one just happens to have an additional layer that kind of wraps around the outside of the chair. And when you pull it off, a lot of the times they're going to use a spray adhesive so that the fabric actually kind of sticks to this foam. So you just want to be careful when you're pulling it off not to rip the foam, because the adhesive isn't strong enough to really make it so you can't pull it off. But just want to kind of go slow and be careful and make sure you're pulling it off instead of just ripping the foam in half. So yeah, you'll just work your way around the rest of the chair seat, and then you'll save this part. So usually I don't worry about ripping this fabric, but I try to save this because if you can reattach this, it just adds a little bit of professionalism to your piece. And you can replace this if you want, but these ones are in fine shape, so I don't really see the need to do that. But you can buy this black fabric at any upholstery store. Again, I'm happy to help you with anything, any questions that you have, just let me know.